like walking right past, like so hidden. Animal Kingdom just coming alive on this Saturday morning. Here to take in Christmas, just 3 weeks away. Gearing up and, you know, getting ready and getting outfitted.
A little less, like, well, no, just about.
3 weeks, there we go. Coming up anxious, of course, and getting outfitted this morning. We realized, oh my goodness, I got a new Christmas sweatshirt earlier this year, but have not picked up enough Christmas merch at Disney. So come along, we're going to get some Christmas merch for Brad right now. Gotta get me jolly and merry. Well, maybe not quite so merry, but a little bit more jolly in the attire. But what is our first event for this week in Disney, Tiffany? Take us back to the house.
Okay. Starting off, we will head to December 5th. And December 5th is a big day that you guys always want to try to remember, because on this day, back in 1901, Walter Elias Disney is born.
There you go.
Yeah, so we have to
birthday,
celebrate
Mr. Disney.
Walt's birthday, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
And I think if you told me correctly, you're going to be doing it with everything you talk about today.
Almost.
Okay.
Almost.
All right.
We'll do.
A little
you have to
treat
do
for
one
you.
Christmas thing because it's Christmas time. But and one other little thing that's not on Walt's birthday but is related to him.
Okay.
So, like
Very
literally
appropriate.
related to him.
All right.
But getting to his birth, he was born at 1249 or 1249 Tripp Avenue in the newly developed section of Chicago, which is really cool because his father built the house. I believe his mom even did some of the designs or the design work for their house.
Right. They had those skills. They like built churches.
Yeah,
Right,
well, the
church.
church what they attended, and that church was actually where the pastor friend Walter Parr, they were good friends.
What a great
And they
segue.
actually named their son Walter after him, and Walter named his son Elias after Walt's father.
That's how you did it in the community.
Yes, so, well, they moved pretty quickly. In 1906, that's when they moved to Marceline, Missouri, and that's where you get all the, you know, feelings of Main Street USA, Disneyland and Disney World, and you just get that wonderful hometown feeling.
Right. Disney World could be like all
Disney
zoot
loved.
Suits and I don't know, like if he'd stayed in Chicago, but instead we get the wholesome sensibilities. Yeah.
Yes. Oh gosh.
And if you love the wooden animals out there, like the puppets, like the wooden, but those aren't like cuddly and holdable for you and as collectible, check these out. Yes, our puppeted animals of the north, here as plush collectible varieties. Oh, and the Starbucks sculpt that started it all. 50th morning, the original 50th of this sculpt just went crazy. Since then they've made a black and a gold one, and now Christmas Delight and a 50th one. Oh, there's the original culprit. Look at that Chubby limited release. Chubby! Look at that. Fantastic.
Producer, he holds the record for the most Academy Awards earned and nominations by an individual. So he
and that's
holds
not
that.
just by cheating and counting like the Snow White one is 13 because they gave him the 12 mini ones too. He's got it. It's solid.
And then he won 22 Oscars and has had 59 nominations. And you know, he passed away in 1966, and he still holds that record, so that's really, really impressive.
It's founder status. I mean,
he was presented with 2 Golden Globe Awards and Special Achievement Awards and an Emmy Award as well. He's included
only
several
one Emmy?
in the
Must have
national.
come pretty late, the Emmys.
He's in the National Film Registry at the Library of Congress
Of
as
course.
an individual. Can you imagine?
I'm sure there's like a wing in his future.
Yeah. So
if not already. Sorry if I shouldn't have.
as you know, and as my shirt shows, you know, he is
The father of a mouse.
Yes.
How did a man do such a thing? Well, he drew him.
And of course, along with Eli Works, who helped in,
Indeed.
of course.
The ink and paint.
Yeah,
The ink and
absolutely.
paint.
1928 was when Mickey became born and a success. He was a
On a
huge
train.
success.
On a train.
But
or
Walt-
was it in the alley behind Laugh-O-Gram?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Just such an impressive career. So you see all these awards and you might wonder to yourself, well, why? I mean, what did he do? But if you look at his career and his company and everything that they were pushing forward, you know, he was adventurous in synchronized sound, full color, 3-strip Technicolor, feature-length cartoons, and technical developments in the camera, which of course the multi plane camera,
right, which you can see at One Man's Dream, you know,
and that's just like the beginning of all the things. And so some of the results of that at the time were, of course, Snow White, which was the first full-length feature animated film.
I mean,
then
even when we
Pinocchio,
work in
Fantasia.
like Adobe Premiere with the layers of like, you know, the graphic overlays that you're like seeing over this, like it's those principles. I mean, obviously they were doing panes, and the multiplane is a totally different thing, but it's just, I can't help but think about the innovation even whenever we do our video editing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I'm late for the mission at hand to get a Christmas t-shirt for myself. Time for merriment. Embroidery on it. Well, nothing inside. Maybe on the front side. Take a little look. Oh, but we did find here exactly what we were looking for. The Bose fragrances recently added to Animal Kingdom. Now you don't have to go to Disney Springs to get them. No Christmas shirt, but found some Christmas presents for ourselves at Bose. I mean, that mistletoe.
Yeah, it's an oil that you can put in your diffuser, and you can get it at Animal Kingdom now, but you can also get it at Disney Springs.
Yeah, I was talking to everyone at Bose. They like asked me, what's your favorite fragrance? And I was like, well, I mean, of course it's Clover World, but I was saying like you do have to like step away from it every once in a while, and mistletoe is a great excuse for it. But man, when you go,
it's the best Christmas smell.
For sure, for sure. And when you go back to that Clover World, it is real. But Miles wants to go back too. Tough to be a bug, so we're gonna take it.
We've done it in a while.
Yeah.
We're ready for the scream.
Yes. We're gonna take it in and then head to Disney Springs for a little bit more of a Christmas t-shirt quest. But what is the next event this week in Disney history? Take us back home.
Okay. And then, of course, the films Fantasia, Pinocchio, Dumbo, Bambi, and then moving on later, once they moved into live action, you had Mary Poppins, which received 5 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Well, so innovative with the live action combined with animation so successfully.
But you had Cinderella that was critically successful. Sleeping... These are
and
like...
the music from Mary
timeless
Poppins.
classics.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's not just
the music
animation.
too.
It was his sensibility of music and of pop culture.
Right.
His ability to like follow trends as well and highlight like what was expressive and new in entertainment.
Right. So
he took risks.
He really mastered that whole area, and then he's like, okay, next up, theme park, and we get Disneyland, of course. And not only that, but you have, which you know of Disneyland, but then he was involved in the 1960, or they did the 1960 Winter Olympics, and then the 1964 involvement in the World's Fair, which was huge and a huge contribution to that. And then next up was his experimental prototype Community of Tomorrow, which was EPCOT, and that was next, and that was not supposed to be a theme park thing at all. That was going to be, you know, a city like, or a town planning, a futuristic, and there was so much to it that was new and interesting to add to society. And so he was moving into a whole new area, not just trying to build multiple theme parks. But because of his death in 1966 and then Walt Disney World opening in 1971, of course his plans didn't come.
Okay, I swear, we, Years of Ears, is not responsible for this artistry, but somebody has dropped oogly eyes here at the Tree of Life, bringing a little extra personality to the theming. Thank you, those Mouseketeers with senses of humor. Here's two right here. How did you feel about Tough to Be a Bug? I couldn't believe it. A lot of first timers this time.
Yes.
Like, that was the amazing part, was people that you knew were experiencing it for the first time.
You know what I couldn't believe? I couldn't believe how I forgot how tough it is to be a bug.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
See why they don't do it while it's windy. Thing might blow right into Cirque du Soleil.
Getting the rub on.
So fast.
It really was. What is this?
Brussels sprouts,
Brussels
beet
sprouts,
salad,
beet
and
salad.
sweet potato tots.
Sweet potato tots.
Miles, what do you want?
What, you get the brisket up in there?
No, this is a fried chicken sandwich.
Very nice.
Some mac and cheese.
Fantastic. Well, obviously we jumped right in here. Was I getting a little bit hangry? I think just maybe a tiny bit, and you don't want that at Christmas at all. So we jumped in, loving the polite pig.
Yeah.
Delicious. We had been here opening day and like reopening here at Disney Springs.
That's the last time we were
That's the last time we were here. Yeah. And like, I mean, I remembered it fondly, but I didn't remember it like amazingly well. It is exceptional. Like, they have really found their stride here with all the sides and the food.
It's definitely worth coming in. Everything is so good.
Yeah.
Plus you actually get a discount and it's pig service.
Yes. We were kind of surprised, like, for the discount.
Yeah.
And much appreciated. But it's not just the brisket as well, which, I mean, is awesome. I got the slow and low with like jalapenos.
Right.
It is also the bread, which is just, I don't know, it's like, it's not quite a sourdough, like, but maybe it is, and it is awesome.
Yeah, everything was really filling, really good. I had like the 3 sides and totally good.
Yes.
You
Really
get
good.
3 sides for $16. A deal. This is substantial. And I'm full, so.
I am. I even passed one of my sides to her to like try to get her to move on. You know what though? A lot of goodness here, but we need a little bit of that goodness from Disney Past. What is the next event this week in Disney? Take us home. Back to like Disneyland. Like, I love like what he accomplished with Disneyland and the intention that like he went to a park, you know, the story is he went to the bench, he's sitting on the bench, he wanted to provide experiences like he was enjoying with his daughter for everybody.
Yes.
You know, working so hard, having that like absence or separation from like children when working and wanting that like playtime to be so quality and like satisfying.
So that parents and children could enjoy this together.
And I feel like Walt gave myself, I felt like he gave me that gift. You know, it's like when I work really, really hard, there are times that you can think about working less. You can think about working less, but recently, like, I've even thought of working and have worked more, but like wanted that like rest time and that like play time to be high quality, and Disney World like provides that. I mean, I feel like Walt's dream like lives in our life like all the time. Like it really has been realized in our lives, and I'm so grateful for it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. As a person, like what his personality was like, he was actually shy and self-deprecating at times, and insecure, and private as well. So that's really surprising, because in person he was warm and outgoing and had like a public persona.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that was really like cool.
Not uncommon.
So like he was a complicated person, of course. Yes. But I have heard the most incredible quotes about him, of the people who actually worked with him. He wasn't huge on giving out compliments, and
so they really meant something.
He never really gave a compliment directly to you, but he would compliment you through someone else. And so you'd hear from someone else, well, Walt said this about you. And I kind of think that works really well. I think that's amazing to have someone else, you know, go through telling you. It's like you got a compliment from two people. So
yeah, it makes it like a secret compliment, and sometimes that's even more exciting to people.
I think he was pretty smart.
But back to the mission at hand, getting a Christmas shirt for this season. Oh my, kind of like this a little bit, minty. Little classic, for sure. What?
There's something small.
Cheer. What's gonna bring cheer to your tree? Look at this, 2022 tree topper. Look at that, fully 3D. Incredible. So loving these like three-dimensional holiday Crocs. It's like instead of having the buttons that you put on them or press into them, they just like adhere them right to the whole thing. Adhere them. Did you hear that? Adhere them. Strong contender. Man, so many choices. I don't even know. I think you have to like take a little bit of time with this decision of like which shirts to get for the holiday. In the meantime,
there's no good shirts left.
They are everywhere.
No.
She's just trying to make me feel bad. I will find one for myself. She's saying just like size-wise, wonderful designs like available. But while we make our decision, let's go back to the house. What is up next this week in Disney? Take us home, Tiffany.
About him as well, about being racist and anti-Semitic, but a lot of people most people who worked with them contradicted those claims, and so I think that's important to remember. He gave so much at a very difficult transitional time.
Sometimes if you're going to judge, you have to judge people by their actions and what they produced, and I think he produced exactly the opposite. Great opportunities for all people, all genders, all races.
That's what we've really seen in the past few years doing this show and studying about Walt Disney, the people that he worked with, because in everyone that we study, they always talk a little bit about him, and we see the kind of people that were hired early on, and the kind of working environment it was, and just from this research, for us personally, it seems that he was so open and gave a lot of people so many opportunities. What he like really pushed was, more than anything, what mattered to him was someone's talent, and if they could produce his vision and where he was going
their
with the
vision.
company. Yeah,
their vision.
Yeah.
He wanted their vision.
Absolutely,
100%.
absolutely. He is definitely a cultural icon, and I think a lot of people get confused a little bit with like Walt Disney World. Sometimes people don't even realize, am I at Disneyland or Walt Disney World? And so hopefully if you watch this, you realize, you know, that Disneyland is he was involved when, had an apartment there, everything, but unfortunately didn't make it to actually see Walt Disney World finished.
Right.
But gave us so much to
but we got
remember. Yes.
Which was one of his dreams.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Disney.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Look at this. Such unity. Everyone, light side, dark side, getting together in the spirit of the holiday here at Walt Disney. Not to miss out, Milnor on the mix. Out today wanted to do a cosmic rewind, but with Whoopi at the Candlelight tonight, all of EPCOT raging. Check out this Guardian of the Galaxy tree.
You could say it's a Guardians of the Galaxy tree.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, this is a dangerous sweatshirt. Definitely. Oh, just when I think that I can't be tempted anymore by an all-over print button-up. DuckTales comic strip. Look at this, Scrooge. Oh, Sir Roast McDuck, April. These are like all like rarities. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Oh man, look at all of these options. Winter beanies in every tone and color. Really for every princess. Medallions on each and every one. From Aurora to Tiana to a little bit of companionship.
Lastly, this week in Disney, we're going to 1978. The Wonderful World of Disney airs Christmas at Walt Disney World.
One of the most exceptional experiences that you can have in Disney's past.
Yeah, I mean, would say
really,
go watch this.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty surreal. It's awesome.
It's very surreal. There's mimes, and mimes are not always the most popular thing anymore. But
if you're familiar with like Sid and Marty Krofft, and you're familiar with, you know, Banana Splits, and it's just such a different creative approach at this time, and it comes through. Like, it's very interesting.
It is really interesting.
We love it.
It's on YouTube,
it's high art.
So you can look it up. The 1978 Christmas at Walt Disney World, and the Christmas is more toward the end. But at the beginning, you're kind of like, is this a Christmas special? But there's Christmassy kind of music in the background. So
you know,
it's so interesting.
I also, while watching it, thought of like Benny Hill. Like, there's certain like Benny Hill pacing to some of the gags and the humor and stuff like that. So I just, it was just a product of its time, accomplished well.
It's neat to see Walt Disney World at that time period though, as well. So, you know, you can look for some of the changes. But it's also a produced show, so I'm sure there's some sets and things to it that change the backgrounds.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like the lagoon was larger than I've ever experienced it.
Well, it used to be larger.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But check it out and tell us what you think. It's a very interesting experience, I would say.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Definitely.
But that's it.
That is it for this week in Disney.
Merry Christmas.
We hope you guys, Merry Christmas time. And we hope you guys had fun following along and celebrating Walt Disney today. Also following along with us in the park and at Disney Springs. We hope you're enjoying some of the fun that we're having and getting to see what goes on at Walt Disney World.
Absolutely. We'll hit you with a little beach next week and more in parks. But thank you. Follow us on Instagram, Years of Ears everywhere.
Yes.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye.